All right, what's happening? What's happening, everybody? How you doing? Welcome to a great Monday. This is Misunderstood Conversations.
Sure.
We've been gone for a while, but we back. We took a couple of that, took a week off. Had to get some personal stuff in order. How everybody doing today?
It's good.
All right, you know how it go.
Recuperating from a long.
To my right over here.
DJ Sensor, we back.
How this host, baby?
It's the princess of the city, y'all. Y'all know what it is.
And of course, it's me and Ty We Trust. And for y'all that don't know, this is our special guest. Like she said, this is the princess of the city. You did. What's going on? How was everybody's weekend?
I think this weekend at Cream, I was so lit, y'all. It was ridiculous. My girl DJ Kimmy New was on the ones and twos, and I just like turned up. So Saturday definitely was my day, cause Sunday I went down.
So you had a hangover.
She was fucked
I had
up.
a hangover. I must have lost all my words at the
That's what
marquee
that
or
was.
something. So something had to have happened.
Wow, so you was hosting?
I'm getting there.
Okay.
In progress.
In progress.
In
TJ,
progress.
What about you?
That.
Same thing she just said.
Y'all, he thinks he be babysitting me when I'm trying to get it together. And if I didn't have him, I'd be lost. But then when it's 50-50. Depends on what part of the night it is.
Can you let me have this?
Depends on what part of the night it is.
Damn.
Well, how was your weekend?
It wasn't. Hey, it was. I had to go to a funeral.
I'm sorry to hear that. My condolences.
So my weekend was that with my family.
I'm sorry about that, brother.
Yeah. It was cool though. We got through it.
Oh,
Big Ty,
awesome.
your weekend.
It was solid, man. You know how my weekends go, man. Kid,
Knock the rock out.
Mm-hmm.
what we do? Went to bonfire at his cousin's house or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
Did that Saturday.
That was like last minute because that was
That was
Yeah,
extra
I
last
had
minute. But
work.
nigga didn't get drunk until he got home.
You told him.
It didn't hit me until we got home.
Hey, at
You know
least
what
it's
I'm saying?
in.
I was drinking a little bit and got home, shit.
Then it
Sat
was
down on the couch, woke back up, middle of the night. I'm fucked up. I said, oh, dang, I woke I'm dizzy and shit. I said, oh, let me go lay my ass down for real. I woke up, I was sitting on the couch like this.
Turn that long ways, bro.
Shit.
Turn it long ways.
Just like,
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it's been a minute, man. We miss y'all. What we gonna start at today, man?
Shit.
All right. So the thing is this, and this is kind of like a little conversation that we've had over the course of time, and it starts off by asking, are men allowed to have standards?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are men allowed to have standards? And outside of that, should men have standards? I'm gonna start with you.
of course I believe that men should have standards. But the question is to women.
Huh?
What?
The
What the
question is,
fuck?
What?
the question
No,
is asked.
that's a redirect. We not
No.
doing that one today.
What?
Ask the
That ain't what
question.
I asked you,
We
man.
have a lady
You
on.
gotta answer the
No,
question
that
I'm gonna say
straight.
yes.
That ain't what we asked you.
All right, well, we'll get to that. But yes.
The question was, are men allowed to have standards?
To me, I feel like yeah.
Which one?
Wanna elaborate?
You want to elaborate? Which question? The question that says, are men allowed to have standards or should men have standards? Which one are you talking about?
I feel like men should have standards, and I feel like they should be allowed to have standards.
I don't know who.
So you only answering the one then.
I feel like men should have standards,
And what? Okay. Elaborate.
and I feel like. But
Why?
Shut the fuck up. But because I mean, we should have standards just on if you want something out of life, you gotta have some type of standard. So if you want a certain type of woman, you should be able to have standards.
Agreed.
T-Ray?
Hell yeah, you gotta have standards, man. Cause if you ain't got no standards, you'll just take anything. And believe me, taking anything will lead you to anything. and you'll be left with everything, trying to figure out everything. Like where we gonna stay, what we gonna do. If you ain't got somebody who got goals, who ain't dreaming of doing something tomorrow, who can't see behind today's turn up or beyond today's turn up,
Yeah, that fun shit.
man, that
It's
fun
an
shit, bro.
expiration date.
It really do. Like right now, you just out getting drunk and doing whatever, but I promise you, tomorrow,
See that? Yeah, people get caught up in that.
man, it just be there. Some people are all about the turn up, and then after that, that's all the life is. Turn up and then what?
Okay.
I mean, you should have a balance, but both, but at the same time, but like sometimes you probably get caught up and get stuck in that fun. That's what life, like a lot of people do that right now.
Okay, Ty, what it is? What you thinking?
As far as standards, all men should have a standard. And I'm not saying just standard as far as being in a relationship. You know, your standards that you carry yourself as a man kind of dictates how you live your life. And that's how I look at that. You know, like, every standard is not settling for whatever the case may be. At work, you got a job. Your standard for this particular, I'm not settling just for this one part of this job. I want more of it. You see what I'm saying? So if you're not setting the standard for that, you just gonna go in there, hey, I'm gonna just rock out what I got going and keep it right there and stand in that same spot. Without setting standards for yourself as a man, you'll never get ahead nowhere. You're gonna stay in that same spot and you're gonna always be right there because you never set a standard for yourself. You know, and that's what I mean. That's why I look at it when it comes to men having standards. It ain't always about having a standard
Or a type.
in a relationship or whatever the case
Or what?
may be.
Or a type.
Yeah.
It's not about having a type. You at least, because your standards should be on a sliding scale. And when I say that, I mean, from this block to this block, you should be wanting A. But as you go through life and shit changes and you change, your standards should change. Because you need something different. What you needed at 26 ain't what you needed at 30. What you needed at 40 ain't gonna be what you need at 50.
Right, because like I said, you getting older, you
getting wiser.
Shit.
You
happen
need more
in
shit or you
life,
need
like-
less shit. Just depends on where you at in life.
Now, the question to you is, because we're talking about that, how would your outlook be on a man that never showed you an example of him having any types of standards coming at you?
You know, as a woman, you see it real fast. It doesn't take that long to see it. You see the initial the thing that attracts you, the thing that draws you, and then the moment you open your mouth, it's very clear to tell if you got direction as far as what a woman sees.
Right.
So when I'm speaking to a man and you instantly not coming off of me with as far as, oh, this is what I'm going towards, this is what I'm moving towards, either you moving with me or you getting left, those are the type of men that I like around me. Because those are the type of men that have made it clear from the jump, this is the path.
Right.
Either you're on it or not. And, you know, I call myself the princess of the city, but you let a man lead, you let a man be a king. Either you jumping on the path with him or you getting gone. And you go about your way.
That part. That part.
Yeah.
Shout out to Brando. Brando said, damn right, both. Valuable men should have top standards and correlate with your lifestyle. Agree 100%. 100%. Like, you gotta have. I've seen people who don't have standards, and you see what they look like when they walking out the club or they walking with somebody, and it's like, it's clear they ain't got no standards. Now, I ain't saying somebody just physically unattractive, but it's just, you can tell when somebody don't care about themselves or don't give a damn about what they look like when they walk out the door. And in all of that, it correlates with all parts of your life. If they ain't together in some form or fashion, they ain't gonna be together in none of it.
In most cases, that doesn't make sense.
In most cases, but you also got to think, like, it's a lot of cases where they definitely are playing or portraying.
See?
Playing or portraying something else different, like
because he was going off of him or going off the man.
Going off the man.
Yeah.
Going off the man, playing and portraying like he is something else than what he really is. And genuinely, you know, I had an experience like that where somebody definitely portrayed one way and had a whole nother life story and led a whole nother life. And, you know, what that did to me made my eyes keener, made me sharper, because I knew then I'll never get played like that again.
Right.
I'll never let my vision of what you look like on the outside or what you got or what you
Exactly.
driving
Right.
skew me from your inner man. And so when we talking about, you know, men having standards and goals, you also have to realize how to figure that out, what that really looks like.
So you feel like there's more of a, you think time or what?
Definitely time.
You think time?
Definitely time.
I think your vision get better the older you get too. I think it take less time. Like, I think
I was gonna say that too.
because
I'm like,
men literally come with a BS detector. We literally can see through bullshit the minute it happen. Like a nigga who sit there and be like, say for instance, you got somebody who say, I pay niggas out my pocket, blah 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 blah. You can tell already by the way he
man,
moving.
He lying.
He
You
ain't the
gotta
one
say
that's
that.
paying nobody.
You
He ain't the
gotta
one
say
that's
it.
paying nobody. Because when you paying, you don't say shit. You just
You
sit there.
ain't
So
got-
when
you
you
ain't gotta say
hooting and hollering like, it's coming out my pocket, it's my dollar, blah, 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 blah. All right, bro. We believe you. We believe you. We know what it
He
is.
blowing smoke.
Exactly.
For
We
real.
know what it
Just
is
like
right
that
off the
hoop.
rip.
Like just like that hoop.
Fuck that. I'll never fall for somebody telling me who they are and one thing, and then you can see, because you get signs, and it's about ignoring the red flags. You can
Yeah.
see the red flags right off the rip. It's whether or not you choose to ignore.
Yeah.
Like you can
Both of us
tell
do.
when somebody's an attention whore. You can tell when somebody's lazy. You can tell when somebody's uncommitted to something. They non-committal. Everything is always on the fence. You can tell right off the rip what somebody is. You can always do that. It's
Yeah,
just a
but-
matter of if you believe it or not.
But the problem is,
You try to give a person benefit of the doubt.
the
Mhm.
problem with that bullshit is this. It's a picture that's been painted by society forever.
Mhm.
To where you gotta be the loudest, you know, you gotta be seen. You gotta do X, Y, and Z.
To be an alpha male.
When in
That shit
actuality
stupid,
you
bruh.
don't have to.
That
That's
shit
just
stupid.
like a motherfucker. You spend $600 on the kicks.
Mm-hmm.
You got some $200 jeans on. You got a T-shirt that costs $300. You got a $1,000 chain on, and that's cheap for a chain, or whatever the case may be. Just for a motherfucker to say you look nice and you be fly. That's the only thing you gonna get out of that. What else you gonna get out of that shit? Besides somebody saying
Attention.
you look fly that night.
Attention.
When
Some
I
people-
tell
for
you-
some people like that's
But-
a fucking disease.
But bro,
But that's a picture
but bro,
that's painted, though.
that's
That's
a picture
painted and that's-
we painted. That's a picture we as a black culture painted.
right, exactly.
Because guess what? I know plenty of rich people who don't wear nothing but fucking the shoes they didn't have for about probably 4 years. They got 2, 3, 4 pair of jeans max, and they wearing a polo. But they the millionaires. They the ones who really got the money.
Then the
that's-
people that
that's
don't
the
that don't
culture,
show
though.
that
But see,
shit.
That's what I'm saying.
Like I
Don't show
said,
that
that's the
shit.
culture that has been painted and been created by. When I can say society, but that's our culture, and that's the
black
picture
culture.
that's been painted.
The black one.
Mm-hmm.
So you gotta have, for you to even
That part,
feel
Brandon.
comfortable in your skin, you gotta have all that,
That part, Brando. Brando said fake validation.
and that's stupid.
Fake validation. Exactly.
So let me ask you this. If you know that, then why do you feel the need to go out the way you do? Do you feel like if you go out just regular, smigler, like he said, jeans and a polo, what are people saying about you? What do you as men get?
Well,
Like,
see,
what do
me,
they look at you
I
like?
go out, I'm like this, and I don't give a shit. I know I'm chilling. You see what I'm saying? Because
That's your religion.
yeah.
Exactly.
That's
Exactly, bro. That's the difference.
But you know what though?
Would you worried if it was just regular,
Right, yeah.
wouldn't
I'm
didn't
talking
have no
about
name,
regular, right?
no
Right.
name on it
I
whatsoever?
know
So I ain't gonna even lie to you, but no, it gotta be something. It
But
gotta be
he
like
knows
now.
it's the
Now I
reason why I
created
got
my own label. Now I created my
it's-
own
it's the
brand.
reason
So
why I got
now I'm
the
on
shit
my
on.
own brand stuff.
I believe you.
But
You know, and it's a reason
That
why I
makes
got
sense,
this shit
though.
on. I don't spend a lot of money on clothes. I don't have to.
but before that,
But we
it was a whole
understand it. But
different
what we
situation.
saying, but what we saying, like somebody challenged me to. Somebody challenged me to not wear as many labels because I used to be a bad label whore. And they said, I dare you to wear some stuff that ain't got a label and still look fashionable. So I took that to heart. But it changed. it also changed the way I think about standards for people.
But when you say, but the thing is this: when you say label,
Mm-hmm.
every piece of clothing you buy has a label on it because it's made by
Somebody,
Made by,
I agree with
it's
you.
made by somebody.
But we talking about a
So-
different type of label, nigga.
We talking about a label that ain't assessed with a price tag.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So if you see,
So it's free. It's free then because anything that is any label is assessed with a price tag on it, my G.
Okay.
Whether the shit costs.
We talking about
$15.
high end. We talking about
Bro,
high
you know
end.
what
explain to
nigga,
him.
no,
That
bro.
nigga know exactly
No,
what we
what
saying.
talking
No,
about,
He's
man.
manipulating the conversation.
Yeah,
Don't
he
let
definitely
him.
manipulating
Don't
the
let him.
Fuck
conversation.
that. No.
Don't let him.
You
No,
is.
be more particular about what you say to me.
But you
I agree
know
with
what
that
we
too.
talking about.
Nah.
Brandon on fire. He said depends on the man's style. You on fire tonight, bro. Damn
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Because it depends on your style. But for
Because you
some,
can go to H&M and get some fire ass shit, and you walk out of that motherfucker and you spend
That part is
exactly.
very
$40 and
Exactly.
you straight.
back when I used to fit this shit, absolutely.
What's that's the York?
I can't fit H&M
That
now.
shit,
That
boy,
shit.
you gotta get
Now I put an H&M shirt on. I
everything.
gotta
That
cut a
shit
hole in the
hurt.
neck just to put my head in.
You hurt one.
Bruh.
Gotta
Bruh.
get the 3X on
They do
everything.
not, hey, man, and
You
that's
wear
only a
large,
1X.
And you wear a
That-
low.
That's only a
still
1X
fit
if
that
you get
shit.
a 3.
Okay, so as men, do you guys feel uncomfortable when you're not in these labels? Do you feel secure in these labels? Like, what is it that you feel when you walking around? In
I think we were just brought up in that label type of
Yeah.
stuff. Like that's what we
I was brought up
came
in.
up.
I came up in it.
We
Like-
came up in it, and you probably got to get to a certain place in life to be like, all right, look,
I came
think
up
I
in
can,
labels.
I can
You know,
do
from
away
high
with
school,
it.
back in high
Bruh.
school. it
So
was-
one thing we not gonna do away with is our goddamn shoes.
Nah, Jordan gonna be rich forever.
Yeah,
He gonna be rich forever.
Third
Cause
thing we not gonna do away with.
he found a way in. Man,
I got all upset.
y'all
And
just
that's
steady
the thing,
skipping
like-
me.
I'm sure everybody on this couch was brought up like that. Like I was brought up like that, where I had labels all throughout high school. I had to have it on, you know.
Yeah,
And it was one of those things because I was one of those guys too, where you didn't have it on. We talked about you and shit, which was stupid as fuck.
But see, that's the thing.
But we
Okay,
clown now. But you know what? Now I see these kids now. They don't give a fuck about that shit.
that's because there's other shit to care about. Now they on TikTok and shit like that. They want to be famous more so than they want to be known for being fresh. That's a change in the mindset. But have you ever dated a man who had lower standards?
I don't think so because I think I'm a high ass standard though. But I mean, I can say every time.
you have high ass
My
standards.
nigga looked at the sky like shit.
Anyway,
So
I can
you
say
agree.
this.
So you agreeing or you saying she
Nah, he
bullshit?
agreed. He agreed.
You looking
I-
up in the, you rolled your eyes up in the
Yeah,
air
that
when she
nigga
said
agreed.
that.
That's
So-
because I knew when I knew when I asked the question
What was gonna go? Where
what
it
was
gonna go?
coming out of that mouth.
Say something
That's
ain't
why I
right.
rolled my eyes.
Something ain't right.
I knew when I
Somebody
asked
saying
it.
something ain't right.
I knew what she was gonna say.
I feel like every time somebody left me, they went to find a similar standard, and it was very difficult for them. I grew up different. I'm not even from St. Louis. I'm from Illinois. You know, I grew up on a different side of the water, drinking a different type of juice. It is what it is. I am who I am. But I feel like once they leave, they all can't find somebody that's balanced like me. So
I hate it here.
they struggle.
I hate it here.
struggle.
Not you can't, they can't find nobody.
That was gonna say
Right.
nobody.
They
That's how they
struggle.
yourself.
Out of all these women in the world, they can't find nobody.
I'm not saying they didn't find nobody. Okay, if they do find somebody, I swear they last 10 minutes.
This be the thing that I would always want to ask women, because I hear that inside of women a lot. But then if it's a dude that you don't like, you telling him to find somebody else that's
And go be
more.
happy. And I'm telling him be happy.
See that shit?
Please go be prosperous.
When you don't like
That's what you
him,
don't like.
when you don't like him, you saying shit like that. You need somebody more your speed, or I'm not your speed. I'm not really your
But
cup
when
of
you
tea.
do like the motherfucker, you ain't gonna never find nobody.
Exactly.
Like me.
But we trash for saying that shit.
See,
If we say that shit to them, we trash.
we trash as fuck for saying that.
so how do you? What
Man,
Because, no. It's not what you say, it's how you say it.
What then how you say
Okay,
it?
now that's my next.
Mother-
I got a
It's not
question
what
to
you
that,
say, it's how
because
you
we've
say
been
it.
told, we've been told we can have. What about
We've
a
been
man?
told we couldn't have
No. What about a man speaking of what his preferences is in a woman?
You supposed to.
You,
That's the same conversation. We talking about standards.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about what about his preferences though?
That's the same
How would you
thing.
feel? How would you feel if a man was like, I don't want a woman with kids. I don't want them, like straight.
That's
Like, I don't
standards.
I want you to go to the gym. I want you to.
You gotta accept that shit. I mean, take it or leave it.
What if a
Shit.
nigga said he only like his women to be under 120.
Listen, I've heard it all. It don't surprise me. It's not that shocking. It's not what he's saying. Is how I personally see myself in that imagery, right? So he can tell me whatever he want to tell me, and as a woman, nobody should ever get offended because that man has a preference and a desire, and he's letting it be known.
True.
I had a man one time, we vibed, we rocked, we had good times every time we hung out, and then he came out maybe a couple weeks into hanging out and told me, I really want to be polyamorous. I want multiple wives. And it took me back because I was like, wait a minute, the vibe just started. So we just finally got to this to this chill standard to have these conversations. And the first thing you want is two of me. That's a lot.
That was the problem?
See, you wouldn't even do
But
that.
see,
that was
was
the problem?
That point.
You gotta
So,
understand,
yeah.
he didn't say he wanted two of you. He wanted you. He wanted another wife. He can't have two of the same person. So he wants somebody
That would be redundant.
Thanks for clarifying that as a man. Because that's what we was doing.
He wanted two.
That's redundant.
He wanted two women. He didn't want two of you. He wanted you. He got what's like you. He wanted someone else that's different. And maybe he wanted somebody else that's different from that person.
So when he said this, I said, okay, I'm gonna hear your words and I'm gonna take this into reflection. And when I thought about it, right, when I thought about what that really looked like, what that really means, not just, what that meant sexually, because that's the first thing people want to go to is like, oh, okay, it's 3 people in the bed, but laissez faire. No, what does that mean? What does that mean that you want people living together, moving together as a unit,
Y'all a family.
up and down? I don't get along with my mama that good to add another female into my mix personally, so that ain't gonna be the mix for me. But thanks for letting me know your preference. Thanks for letting me know what
Yeah,
you
it's right here.
into. I appreciate you, but this probably ain't gonna be the move for me. And it is what it is. And we tight as the deal.
But it's because y'all honest.
Correct. So it ain't no bad blood when we walked out.
So let's take that part and let's change it just a little bit. So what if you are out and you like to be on Facebook Live and all that stuff. You like to be on Instagram and all that. What if he said you got to cut that out?
Depends on his reason. You cutting off my bread? Are you replacing the bread that you cutting off? What are you doing? What are you doing as a man? You as a man have this desire, this standard. What's the move? What's the play? You want to be a head? You want to be my head? You want me to give you this blind trust and take away this source of expression or this source of income or this potential move? Then that's fine. What are we doing to supplement this? What's your move? Let's play checkers.
So how does he supplement? Like, let's say you don't make any money on this.
Let's play checkers.
Let's say you don't make any money on this.
That's a quick
Let's say
game.
you just doing it just to
You
do
know,
it.
checkers a quick game. That ain't gonna last long.
That's what I'm
shit.
saying. Once I say that, it
Listen.
don't take long for him to fall off. Is my point.
Listen,
It ain't chess. It don't take long for him to fall off after I make that
That
move.
game only going her way and her way.
Right, her
only.
way.
you see,
Shit.
Bro,
You
it's
see?
only going her way only.
bruh.
Game is
That's how
That's
she feel.
but that's
But then what if
that's
what if
the
he hit you-
reflection, bruh.
What if he hit you with the "I got you" and supplemented that shit, and y'all can't see?
He don't even know what he supplemented.
He don't even know where he going.
Bye.
He don't know what-
Wait. Bye. I see y'all later.
He don't know what he
That's 'cause
supplements, huh?
she didn't want to deal with the shit in the first place. That's why she
No.
said shit.
No,
To a certain man,
No.
she definitely paused.
fuck no. She
Yes.
ain't pausing this shit.
Let me say this.
I'm trying
no,
to figure
she
it
ain't
out.
paused.
That's what
I was tucked away for 3 years. Tucked away. I'm talking about
Somebody had
no
you like that.
no Instagram at all. No Twitter. No nothing. And
How long was you princess of the city?
I was the princess of the city before that. Actually, thank you very much. But I got into the situationship for 3 years. I was tucked away for 3 years. I definitely learned myself a little bit better as what I want to do as a wife, because that definitely was something that I realized of what type of household role I really can play. And when it came back around and down to it, I was playing the game with the wrong person.
So you learned all the wifely duties and all that with the wrong person.
Correct.
So okay,
That makes sense, but
Brandon said she looking to disqualify niggas. Agreed.
she had that energy. She
Agreed.
definitely had that energy.
So that's the question I want to ask. So, do y'all feel like? Cause I'll take it back to when I was working in mortgage. They used to tell us you looking to approve loans, not decline them. So when you operating, look at it like that. So when you in your dating life, do you feel like you look to disqualify or look to hire?
You look to hire.
I think I'm looking higher. I'm looking to hire more.
Fuck, I'm looking to disqualify for.
Because I think people I think that's what people do.
But he think they looking to disqualify.
If I'm looking to disqualify, that means, hey.
See,
smashing
I'm
and
gonna say.
dashing. See
See,
you later.
that's the thing. I think I look to hire, but I probably need to look to disqualify more.
You know, I'm gonna be transparent and honest and say I think I look.
I'm gonna say that because I feel like I'm gonna say I feel like I only saying it because I feel like I done let certain people in they weren't supposed to be in because I the benefit of the doubt type shit. So I shouldn't be looking more to hire. I need to be looking like, okay, let me take these. Oh yeah, she definitely not qualified. There you go.
But my thing is, if you're looking to disqualify, what's the point of you looking?
I don't think people think they are. That's the thing.
What's the point of
I think people have it programmed in their mind to find the first thing. Nope, I don't like that. I don't like that. Because when people get the quote
That's why
unquote,
I said I'm looking. I said why I said
But that's what I'm saying.
because I take the benefit of the doubt. I'm like maybe.
so like when people get cold feet, they start finding reasons not to marry somebody.
So they sabotage.
They be like, yeah, I don't like the way he chew his food. I don't like the way he look.
What's wrong with
I
you?
don't, I don't like the way he brushes hair. Random ass shit. They just find random ass shit to be like disqualifying people. It's pin, Rodney. I pinned it. The question is though, for those who ain't seen the pin, do you look to hire or do you look to disqualify potential dating partners? So I had an auntie who always finds something wrong with some nigga when she dating him. Always. Relationships might last 2-3 months. They be hot and heavy, and then all of a sudden, nope, he tried to control me. Nope, he was stingy with his money. Nope, he didn't understand where I was coming from when we had conversations about future kids. It was always something, and he got it. Every dude got their ass up out of there within about 2 to 3 months. Every dude. So I just wondered, because I started seeing that with some of my friends. Some of my friends do the exact same thing. They like him until X happened. They like him until Z happened.
A certain conversation happened.
Yeah,
Whatever.
until this nigga makes a mistake with, they have a disagreement about how cash should be funneled through
But
a
that
house.
may be their
But-
that might be their red flag though.
No,
Bruh.
to me, those type of people that are disqualifying like that are the people that sit up there and don't want to change themselves for somebody. Let's just be honest at what that is.
I been say they might not be
It's
healed
like-
or trying to.
It's what they not gonna change. You know it's something you not gonna change about yourself in your next move. Period. Point blank. You
I
know.
agree, yeah.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
like if every night you come home and you roll your blunt and you drink your shot and then you get up and take out the trash, that's your routine. And if you mess with somebody that's like, nah, if you're not getting that stinky trash up out of here first from jump, you not my type of person because you're not on the priority I feel is the priority.
Mm-hmm.
And some people are either A, gonna adapt to it and say, you know what, I can do it in your order. That ain't nothing big to bend for.
Right.
Or B, they gonna be like, no, your order's stupid. Your order ain't in the order I'm trying to go in and forget you. But those are the people that cannot bend or mold. And I hate to take it back all the way back to this, but the reality of it is, though typically on the woman's side, those are the women that don't know how to be submissive and what real submission is. But I don't want to
Yeah.
go too deep into that because that's another topic.
Right.
But that's the difference between being submissive as a woman and a wife. Just so I put that out there, ladies, I'm sorry. Y'all got this.
Might clip on. I want to make sure they hear it.
Yeah. Y'all got this skewed view. I don't know why people think submission is when you just do what he said do. No, ma'am, that's not it. Picking your place. Picking that moment when you should have that conversation with your man. I'm gonna tell y'all a secret, ladies. This is a straight secret that my auntie hit me on game. My auntie been married over 40 years. Let me tell y'all something. If you out in public and your man do something you don't agree with,
Don't yell it on there.
Nah.
you say it all the way back in the car at the
Nah.
crib. You do not say that shit in front of all his friends. Under no circumstance, unless you bleeding to dying, honey, you take that on with you back all the way back to the crib. They don't get that. They want to act up in public, think that's cute.
So they want
'Cause they think they save face that way.
Feel equal.
For what?
Come on,
Equal to what?
To a man.
Bruh.
I don't.
It's not even about. It's not.
about being equal.
Check him in private. Exactly,
Everyone has a
Shar.
role. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And
But
even with you checking your woman, you don't need to check your
You
woman.
probably shouldn't do that. Exactly.
no.
Certain situations, you pull her to the side real quick or whatever the
Bruh.
case may be.
Muhammad Ali did that, and he the most boisterous ass nigga that ever lived. And that nigga would, hey baby, come on, let me talk to you.
Yeah.
Take her in another room, and then you let whatever y'all gotta have, y'all have. But you don't do that shit in front of nobody. You don't let nobody know y'all beefing or arguing about nothing.
I just want to say this goes back to that whole the baby and Danny. What's her name? Danny Lay.
Mm-hmm.
That shit made me sick all day. The whole day, it filled up my whole timeline, and it made me
I ain't
sick.
watch.
But who do you
I didn't
think
watch
at fault for that?
I didn't watch the video until after the fact when I started hearing about it, and I sat there and I watched the whole video, and I was like, damn, dog, like you
Who
had to do that shit. Like,
Who-
right there and
Who
now.
at fault for that?
The baby. I'm sorry. Normally, I say the female. Normally, I would be like, it's her. It's her. No, it's the baby that was at fault for that. He had a situation in his home, and he opened his home to that type of toxic exposure when he put his baby mama and his child on live. He did that. Period, point blank. Now, normally, I can't say normally be the female. I ain't gonna say it don't. But that particular situation, he exposed it, and then when you called her a side chick, she felt the need to go over the top and post every piece of y'all business.
She definitely gonna be mad. She gonna be
But
mad.
he
That's
did
disrespectful.
that anyway when he said, I've been trying to get her out of my house. The minute you let that be known, and then you start talking about her family on live.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, you don't talk about nobody else's family situation. You don't even talk about yours on live. Like, you don't do that. That's some shit that's
So,
in-house.
But then did you see when his other baby mama got on there and was just like, you know, he always come back to me any motherfucking way.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
She did. She did.
I ain't see that either.
What she said was history keeps repeating itself. She made subtle comments like that, like things keep going back and around or whatever she said.
Like, regardless of who he fuck with right then and there, he's always coming back to me.
So
The fuck is wrong with you? Like that type. Now that's the type of shit. Like, look, man.
But that's it. Some people have that when it comes to access to money.
that's what
Like, when you got that access to money, that's her access to money.
Loans, he keeps.
For Danny Lay, I don't think that's the end.
No.
Like, it's gonna be another nigga who got a name. She in the circle now.
Yeah, because she out
Once they got
there.
exposure to
Mama
the
ain't
circle,
might not be out there.
Yeah.
That lady's out there though.
Yeah.
once they got exposure to the circle, that is what it is.
So, you know,
Like, whoever brought them
into
into,
could be just because of being the
whoever
baby
brought
mama.
them into the circle, usually ain't the nigga they stay with. Usually they go once they move on from the circle. Like, but
That's
see,
funny because I always had a little thing where I'd be like, damn, if the chick I'm dealing with, if I put her in a room full of millionaires.
you ain't even gotta do that. Take her to Vegas. Dead ass.
You gonna see if she yours.
Yeah, take her to Vegas. When you take a chick like that to Vegas, you gonna either come back alone or you gonna find out if she won.
That's crazy.
I promise you. You gonna find out one or the other because it's too much out there, too much exposure. And the minute you out there with it, psh,
Yeah.
what he did was some feminine fuckboy shit.
That was some feminine shit.
That's what Brandon said. I mean,
And that was.
I don't agree with his method at all, bro. Like, I don't think you should have ever did that. Like, there's no reason for you to put a female on live or that situation out there for the world to see. I don't think you should have did that.
That was a woman move because to me that was a move. That was a move most females.
But
that's what happened.
The thing is,
But bro, that's what happens with these Negroes who in this generation of social media, everything.
yeah,
They all think that everything is for,
the social media.
yeah,
The social media,
it's
yeah.
for that world. It's for the
And
camera.
but he always been like that.
But my thing with that is, bro, you really just kind of got back off that backlash with all the stuff you did at first.
Mm-hmm.
With the,
Nah, it was like down there too soon for that.
right, that was too soon.
Yeah.
You just now got yourself.
You might want to
with
get a
other
good grade
community.
with the
Now
whole
you
world.
now you trying to start some other shit.
But some niggas
Now you got
nigga mentality.
but you got now you got almost every female across the world against you now. Hands down, they looked at that man and I didn't see not one positive thing a female said about that man.
But you know what's crazy?
Next
Before-
week when he make this next song, nigga,
Bruh. He been like that.
he been like that.
He been like that, but that's the shit that they was attracted to.
That is what
And
they
that's how
attracted to.
that's what's always happening.
That's what they
They
attracted
attracted to
to,
that
bro.
shit, and then the minute he go awry, now it's, oh, I didn't know it was like,
Yeah.
he showed you.
Yeah.
He showed you from day one. My little bitch a masterpiece. All right.
All
And she know I don't mean nothing when I say that. All right, cool. You don't mean nothing when you call me a bitch.
He like suck my dick when you mad at me. Oh,
Yeah.
he's saying it, nigga.
Yeah.
Suck my dick when you mad at me.
I mean,
He's saying it, bro. Like,
But
I just
fuck?
feel like it's been repeating itself. Same thing with Future and Sierra. Future had been running around.
So somebody that was on my my timeline basically said that, this is a while ago, she said, what if I told you that Sierra had to be ready for Russell Wilson? She had to fix herself to be ready for Russell Wilson.
She had to go through something.
A couple of them. She had to go through a couple of people
yeah,
to be ready for that type
that
of
makes sense.
Because I guarantee you it's been a nigga that's like that loved her before.
Yeah,
And she just couldn't see it.
It was all.
It was all that other shit.
fuck with her.
And all that other shit. I want to go to the Trap Awards. I want to go.
She didn't fuck with her.
She didn't fuck with it at all. And then all of a sudden, now you got this kid. Now you thinking different. Because that's what it was. Let's be honest.
Child.
She got a child. She became a mama. Her head got different. She became different. Because if it was just her,
You think she still would have been?
fuck yeah, probably would have been another nigga. Probably would have been another rap nigga, another NBA nigga, another something. And then all of a sudden, I mean, she never failed. Her standards never failed. She went up.
I mean, she gonna always
But
deal
at
with
the
it.
She
same
went
time,
up.
you gotta
Now she with a
understand.
franchise quarterback.
But you
But-
gotta understand, shit, she just didn't fall in Russell's lap. Like, shit, he shot his shot a couple times at her before she was just like,
But see, bro,
Alright.
why I take all that?
he shot his shot a
Why
lot.
I take for him
sorry.
to keep shooting his shot? at
Why
me?
I take all that?
You asking the wrong motherfucker that.
That's why I turn this way.
Yeah.
Why I take all that?
Let me put it like this, and this will help you understand, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Remember when you first met me, and I was like, I'm a host.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna be outside. I'm a host. And he like, all right, Shawty, you do that. But after I consistently kept coming back and saying, I'm finna host. I'm finna be on this mic. I'm finna make this move. He looked at me like, damn, she serious. The same things apply with a woman. The same things apply when a man come up and say things. It's a dime a dozen, cause your words is free. You could say anything to me, and especially after being lied to and played repeatedly, you saying all these cheap words that I heard 3 times over again with no action, it don't move me.
But when Fuchsia said it, you heard it the first time.
Influencer.
And then when
certain-
I'm
That's a
sorry,
finesse.
let me
That's
change
a
this.
finesse.
Let me
That's a
change
finesse.
this. Let me change this. When Bow Wow said it, you heard it the first time. When Future said it, you heard it the first time. When Amari Stoudemire said it, you heard it the first time. But it took Russell multiple times to even get in the door.
Because he was a certain type of caliber of person.
That part.
But the killer part with Russell thing was,
Because it wasn't.
and from what
It
I
wasn't
who
aggressively.
but-
It wasn't.
but-
hey. It was like.
from
No,
what I-
it didn't start
but
with
from-
Shawty.
Yeah.
That's what it
What
was.
Yeah.
But from what I read about that was, his approach wasn't even like none of their approaches.
It's not gonna be.
It
He's
was-
not that
it was
caliber of a person.
I mean, but it was 100% different, and it wasn't like, okay, I'm just.
See,
He
Like-
reached out to other people first. He reached out to a lot of people to get to her. He went through a lot of avenues to get to her.
Why do niggas have to go through this?
right. That's what he asked.
That's what I'm asking.
But that's a bruised woman, though. That's another thing
And
too.
we gonna.
That's a bruised
Nope,
woman.
say it
though.
for me. Say it for me.
what-
say it for
what
me.
was that?
Exactly what she was gonna say anyway.
It's a lot of women that are hurt as bruised.
But then it's hurt ass niggas out here who always get blamed. Always. If a nigga,
There's a lot of women.
if a
that's
nigga
bruised.
decide he
And
ain't
what-
dealing with you and your shit, he hurt. He too hurt. I can't deal with it.
Yeah. Your shit go.
Meanwhile-
undermine. Your shit go undermine.
He soft,
Your- your-
crybaby ass.
Your
nigga.
shit, your shit is undermined.
Meanwhile,
That bullshit.
we supposed to man up and go through the shit whenever you do something.
I disagree. I just,
Do you really disagree?
I genuinely
Let me
disagree.
answer you.
I
Let me answer
genuinely disagree. I think that the world does put a certain stigma on men when they're going through. I'm not gonna say it like they don't, but I'm gonna say it like I think that hurt women behave differently than hurt men. And I think that it comes off differently, especially when you're trying to re-enter the dating world or re-enter the scene of trying to connect with somebody again. Because as a hurt woman, right, I'm looking to you as a man to be a head or a leader in my household. But if you so bruised to the point where I'm acknowledging it and seeing it, right, then I'm scared to see if you can leave me because you still hurt yourself. So it's a different type of red flag. It doesn't necessarily mean she didn't like the nicer guy or the sweeter guy, the more emotionally connected guy, but it does strike another level of fear to see, like, if he's still
don't know
stuck
if he
here.
ready or not.
Right, if he's still stuck here and he's supposed to be my man, my new king, my new head, I can't tell that he ready. So it's levels into how he even moves about it. How he moves about it is gonna determine a lot for me.
So, okay. Just to back it up just a little bit. Okay. Like Shar said, she wasn't ready for that type of love. Got it. Right? But if a man's not ready for that type of love, he's automatically toxic, stubborn, selfish.
Little boy.
He a little boy. He not a man. Because
she's-
he still wants little girls. So why is it, like, this is a bad question for you just in general, because I wouldn't even consider you in this age group yet, but a lot of the women that we have encountered at this particular bracket have been so hurt and so done with men.
A
that
lot of.
it's always, F these niggas, I'm not doing it, he trying to control me. And it don't even have to be controlling. It could just be something simple like, babe, why the hell you keep opening this door when I'm trying to open it? Something that simple. And he's considered controlling because he don't want her to be independent, or he's a threat to her independence. That's the thing that I think we deal with a lot more than you all do. And when I say you all, what I mean is women who are looking at men on the opposite side who've been hurt, abused, or whatever, and y'all see pain as opposed to, okay, maybe that's growth.
Does that not go back to the submission part? Does that not go back to not being ready to be submissive because of those things on that woman end? That like, and you know, my lady's gonna kill me for saying this. I'm about to get it. I know. I sometimes,
Don't be scared.
I know. I sometimes feel like all the girls that go gay late is because they never got it.
Oh, this is that like.
I'm sorry, they.
Hold on. I've been listening to this because.
Y'all about to
this
kill
is-
me.
I don't understand that.
Let me finish. I feel like it didn't work out with men, and I feel like personally they find a woman that feels that same entity and they share that connection, and so then they pursue somebody that gets it with them, which I understand. Like you end up liking some moves, switching up, making different moves, but I also wonder in my head for many of those, for the people I know, had you gotten that submission, had you understood what it meant to cohesively move together, had you, instead of taking that pain and amped up at him, come down a little bit, learn to move together, would you have gone that route? And it's just something that always.
Well, maybe it's all
Here
the
I-
choices they
Brandon.
made though. It's
Here
the
I-
choices they made though. Them the choices of guys that they pick.
Here's something. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna get to this. Here's
They
something.
pick them.
Here's something that Angel said. Angel said, hurting a woman makes them put up walls. Hurting a man tends to make them hurt women, even if it's not on purpose. So she's saying that that's the difference in between hurt men versus hurt women.
I disagree with that.
So
I was
you gotta elaborate a little more. I think I know where you coming from, but only because I know you personally, Angel.
Hands down.
Only because I know you personally. It's right there, Ty. Yeah. Only because I know you personally. Yeah, hit me
Bring it
too.
up.
Hit me too. Yeah.
You want a cup? Get her a cup.
You're getting me water over here. God.
Yeah. That too. But okay.
So look, only because I know you
know
personally,
what?
Angel, I think I know where you coming from.
that other spot we got all tell.
Hey
Just-
man. Here you go.
I just want to
It's
say,
three
like,
of us
all of
here.
a sudden, I felt mistreated all of a
Oh
sudden.
shit.
Here we
Here
go.
we go.
Here we go.
hurt, man.
Anyway,
Oh shit. Here we go. There.
there you go. Okay, we back. So all I'm saying is, you don't have to explain that, Angel. You're gonna have to give us a little more detail. But Brando says she ain't lying. So
Who about what I said? Yeah,
said she
nah. I
ain't
just
that's she. But what she was saying is that's why they go late. Not that
That's
it's
why they go.
instilled in them early. Not that they was born that way or whatever.
right.
Now we ain't seen it. We just listening to a woman's perspective on it.
And it's just a personal perspective. I don't have any
Have you ever
problem.
asked one of them that question? If you know any,
I want to bring.
that's I'm saying. If you know any that you,
I know some, but here's something else that I feel about the ones that I know. I don't think that they're ready to confess how they feel. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because they're still evaluating some of that.
so they don't.
They still evaluating some of those feelings of what brought them to certain things. That's another thing about hurt. See, when you move and hurt, right? You making these decisions in
Just
this
see,
from this
yeah,
place.
like you're not coming from a healed place.
A rational place.
Right,
You're not
so
coming from a healed place. Like you gotta choose heal. You gotta choose
hit me
heal.
too, bro.
Yeah, he did say that.
what's this? Oh, Jesus?
You should have gave it to him. That's what I'm saying. I was already over here.
I told you to bring the bottle. But I feel like when you choose, you gotta choose heal.
But sometimes you don't have that
Don't start
opportunity
this.
to
Don't
choose
start
heal.
Winsville.
Why come you don't?
Don't start Winsville.
I didn't twerk.
Stop.
You trying to choose. You said you need to choose heal, but what happens when
Choose from a
but
healed
what
man.
happens when you're not all the way healed yet, but someone comes in that area, and you starting to feel comfortable with this person. You're not completely healed yet, but yet at the same time, you feel at this point you feel like you want to give yourself to this other person, but you're not 100% healed at the same time though.
So it's all gonna go back.
But it's all about what you want, bro. Like it's like I feel like okay, if you feel like you're not always
But
healed,
you know, but the problem is
you
this.
know you're gonna do that more damage than.
But the problem is this, and this is the
give me
issue.
that.
So it all goes back to my word, y'all. Y'all gotta hear me on this. It all goes back to that submission word.
Yeah,
Even
it
if you're
always
not
goes
healed,
back to that.
even if you're not 100% healed, right? Because emotional things take times and tolls and different events for you
I
to
know.
heal through. Even if you're not 100% healed or not, when that new partner comes with that new idea or that new thing,
You got to be
you
submissive
have
it.
to be at least open to hearing it and taking that time to take it in. That is that submission. That is it. And
People
if
be
you
so
have
closed
that-
off because they got them old ass. Okay, so I was gonna say old ass values, but let me say it the right way. What I'm really trying to say is that sometimes people, whatever it is that they started with, stop Winsville. Whatever it is they started in, like say for instance, us three. We got a certain way of thinking because when we came up, it's us three. You know what I'm saying? But the minute like I introduced her into my life, she's got new ideas, she's got new creativity, she's got new things that I haven't thought of. But I'm closed-minded because of the roots that
We can't
us three have.
Right.
So I don't open up to the shit she's suggesting. That's also what she's saying about this submissive word. That works for us too. That goes our way. Because even though we lead, you got to listen to the person you trying to lead to understand where y'all both trying to go at the same time. But when you so closed off on one train thought, one train movement, nah, bro, it's like this. This what we doing. It's X, Y, and Z.
But see, sometimes you gotta be open. You gotta be open to all that, and it can be the smallest thing that they say to you that you gotta be open to. Versus, it can be something as simple as, "Hey, use this app and you can save $10. Keep using this app, and you so used to now I'm gonna go pay my own money and I'm using this, and all of a sudden, shit, they gave you this idea, use this app, and you get your food and you saving some money. Like, damn, they was actually right. I gotta, and
Right.
It's
Yeah,
those little things, and you gotta understand that, hey, I can trust your judgment, so now I gotta kind of start listening more to you and understanding more of what you're saying, because shit, you're right. You're right a lot of times. I'm not gonna always be right.
Right.
No, I'm not.
No.
You know
I'm
what
not.
saying? I'm not gonna always be right, and I get it. My role as a man is to lead, protect you, and at the end of the day, provide.
Is that your role or is that the role
That's
you
society.
wish to take? Hold on, no. Because there's
That's
a
the
difference.
role I've grown up. That's the role I've come up with, knowing the role of a man is to be able to lead, protect, and provide. That's
Exactly.
That's the role that I know.
Submission
as a man.
Submission equates
But
cooperation.
while you doing all that, you are being submissive at the
Cooperation,
same time. You are being submissive to a lot of things.
Bro, you are.
You're providing for your woman, but you're still being submissive to her for whatever needs that she got and whatever needs that you have. Y'all gotta understand it. Y'all gotta coexist with that
But
shit.
they don't. That almost flew out my mouth.
Yeah.
Okay, let me bring that back. So, some women don't see it like that. The provision of what you got going on in your life is a form of submission. They don't see it like that, so therefore they think it's you got the money, you make the rules, blah 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 blah, and they think you just being a dick. But it's not that. If I am providing for your needs, I am being submissive to you by doing so. Like, say, for instance, you have a certain standard of living, right? And it is my duty to help you maintain or progress that standard of living. It is my job to do that if I'm with you. Now, here's where the difference is. Once I decide to take that role on, I can never stop doing it, because once I decide to do it, I'm obligated to do it from this point on.
Right.
Exactly.
Yep.
I am obligated because I've already said that I'm going to do that.
You have set that
You
standard.
already
Exactly.
Set, you already set that bar.
You have set the standard.
Yeah.
So when you see a lot of the, like, ooh, this is something I just saw.
Because people do shit off
The new divorce rate, the new divorce rate,
50-something%.
these motherfuckers, the reason it's so high is because more commonly the woman changes her mind about her
What she
standard
want.
and what she wants.
Yeah.
So this Negro who been doing his job since day one
Once his job become like
is no longer
or
he's obsolete because he's
or
not
what happens the
doing
day he
what
can't-
she wants to do
or
going
the day,
forward.
Or the day he couldn't do it like that.
Yeah,
Or work husband Roy done came.
Or whatever.
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 And then sweet talk.
Whatever.
And that she.
But see, then we become, it's like
That's that
the fact that
condition
we
shit.
talking
That's
about
that
it now,
condition shit.
we hurt. We hurt because we talking about it because it's a part of the world that ain't openly discussed.
That's kind of like I feel about how people get into, like you said, situations where what happens to the day you ask a question like, what happened to the day I can't do it?
That's what.
Just ask that question just like that.
So the
Like,
day-
okay,
the day I-
when I'm
the
doing
day I
thing,
fall off.
What happens to
Babe, the day I stop
can't
doing
do
this. Babe, the day I stop
think-
being hard as
think
host,
people-
where
I
we
think
going?
people should ask that question.
The day I stop being hard as host, where we going? I'm riding till the wheels fall off. Now I can't talk and say all the
Whatever.
same
Like,
shit no
what
more.
happens to the day I can't
Now
do,
what?
do what I was able to
You
do?
know, we ain't the same
it real?
people. We matured.
Is it real?
You know, I think it's two parts to that, okay?
Mm-hmm.
I think one part of that is being honest in that dating part. Before you get married, being very honest about what you really see versus what you white picket fence, a house on the hill, driveway, and scooter running down the drive. You know, what you versus what the real truth in the move is. And then the second part of that, I think that people don't assess. And I've never been married, and I'm not married, so I'm taking this from other people. Is that in a marriage, when you walk down and commit with that person, and then you go maybe 2-3 years in and you change, that person has changed, y'all have never talked about how to change together as a unit and how your changes are now for the household. It's just he changed, I changed, I don't want to deal with his changes, he don't want to deal with mine no more. That's not even
That's definitely what
that's the growth of a person, two people that are not communicating about how we're going to grow together. You're going to change. From when you get married to whenever it ends, death do us part, whatever, you change.
So that's when people be like, oh, they outgrew each other.
See, and that be bull.
I feel like that's bullshit.
I
That
do
be
too.
bullshit.
That's bullshit to me.
I
That
feel
be
like
bullshit.
I never believe that shit. Oh, they outgrew each other. What the fuck?
That's
How?
100% bullshit to me. I
That's
feel like-
bullshit.
I feel like there's no such thing as outgrowing each other when both of you all sat there and made this commitment.
That's what I'm
But
trying to
you
say.
all
How the
are-
fuck y'all
But they
outgrow
get
each
to
other?
change. Women get to change their mind. Well, men don't. Now it does happen a lot that men fuck around and say, "I want a younger model. I want something different." That does happen. I'm not gonna say it don't.
What happens when you get fat in your belly?
I'm not gonna say it don't. But what I do see now, and this is the thing, probably I'm cynical because I've been in the club so long. I've seen more divorce parties from women.
That nigga said divorce party.
Divorce parties.
Party, bro. Like,
Divorce parties for women. While versus, bro, let me just take you out. Let's get your mind off of it. And then you find out that the nigga done got left. And now she won't have for what? Because she changed her mind.
So it's more of a celebration for the...
It's a celebration for the woman. It's a liberation because she's free of whatever going on. I swear to God, Rodney, I'm not lying. Divorce parties. I have seen these.
Same question.
Hey, you know what's crazy though?
Bruh, hold on. Before you say
Divorce
this, let me say this. Nigga, I went to the marquee to host, and it was balloons up that said, I'm back outside.
What the fuck?
The balloons literally said,
Society.
I'm back outside. And I'm not bullshitting.
Hey, look, man.
Go ahead.
Hey,
Go ahead.
I used to make a joke about it, and I was just being funny. Well, I was like, shit, motherfuckers getting married today, shit. Send me an invite to the divorce party. And I'm just being funny, because I've never seen nobody really have a for real divorce party. And I was just being funny about the shit. And you know, I talk some shit and I'll be an asshole about some bullshit or whatever the case may be. But that shit is really real though? Niggas is really having divorce
That's why I
parties?
had that question.
Okay.
No. Rodney, don't get me wrong. Rodney said, wait, you upset that folks have support parties. No. What I'm saying is I see more niggas getting consoled versus celebrating the fact that they free versus the females celebrating the fact that they free and not being consoled, if that makes sense. Because from their perspective, it's a liberation. It is an emancipation, so they are no longer tied down or held down.
I'm free.
It's a celebration. But for the man, it's damn. My whole life over. I gotta start up and pick up the pieces all over.
And he gotta pay that alimony
and all that. You know what I'm saying? All that.
It's always worse to
all that. Nigga, I do. I care.
Who cares that they celebrate?
Bruh.
Hey.
Rodney, you be on some bullshit from time to time. And this is one of the times you be on some bullshit. Hey. I love you, bro, but this is bullshit.
I don't think you would like to see your ex-wife, or if you ever been married or whatever, celebrate that she just broke up with your ass.
But Gia said you can definitely outgrow a person, or y'all not growing in the same direction. I agree with this sometimes.
He left, it is what it is. She gonna celebrate,
Bro, nah, bro.
I feel like...
So you could just have...
He usually fuck... That's no, G.
I'm not marrying nobody I can show the shoulder.
It's not a nigga who fucked up all the time. Sometimes niggas do fuck up. But it's not always a nigga that's fucked up. G. Yes, it is a comeuppance for a woman if she gets divorced. It absolutely is for most parts. Because when it comes to alimony,
well,
it does. Niggas don't know how to fight.
If she was the breadwinner or not. Now, if she was the breadwinner, then she ain't finna get shit from
nope.
She ain't finna get
Bruh.
shit out of no alimony.
She still probably get some.
Bruh.
You gotta understand. No, listen. So, when you go through all that, and then it's about, they still want you to kind of be able to maintain that same lifestyle that you was living. If she was providing that lifestyle that she was already living, what is she getting out of it besides, hey, I'm not supporting this person no more?
Bruh, hold up. We got a toast to this. We got a real one in the motherfucking comments. Char said, most of the time, women want to get married for sure. Oh, come on, Brandon. No, that's Rodney. Damn. Char said, most of the time, women want to get married for the show. And we are more focused on that. But don't realize what it takes to be married and make the marriage work. Can we please get a toast to that, brother?
I'm toast
you
to
can
that
toast to this, too. Because I know you know that's real.
I'm
don't be fake. Be real. Toast to that.
Because that's why.
Come on, bro. You know goddamn well that's real. They want the wedding and the show to invite everybody with gold plates, angel.
100% authentic love and everything else, and you ain't really tripping off no big wedding. You can go to the courthouse, get married, y'all married, and then that be the end of the shit.
Hey,
okay, so go for it. Go for it.
Well, let me finish.
I said that.
You know, versus, okay, we had this big ass wedding. You know, wedding gonna cost you, if you want a really good wedding, 15,000 to 20,000, easy. Good 15,000 to 20,000. Y'all got weed over there?
I don't want to get you in trouble. You never know.
Oh,
That'd be random.
Anyway, go ahead.
Damn.
That'd be random, man.
Go ahead.
You never know. That
A
depends.
good wedding is probably 15, 20,000 easy. All right. I mean, that's just right there. So it's like, who is it really for? You want this big, beautiful wedding, and I get it. Sometimes some women do believe in that tradition where they want their wedding, where they want their father to, they want their father to be able to actually give them away.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's understandable. But if she tells you, hey, let's go ahead, we can go ahead and get married at the courthouse. We can put together a nice little reception, and then just go through the motions with everything else, whatever the case may be.
I think that tells you how your wedding going. I think that tells you how your marriage gonna be.
You do?
That big shit.
That decision. When you say, baby, we want this house. Let's get married in the courthouse. Have a beautiful reception.
Yeah.
Let's get this house, and we can do this wedding over. We can do this wedding over in like 2 years.
This shit.
We can do it over.
We can figure this out.
But if this that decision right there tells me where my woman's headed.
You gotta think about how much a wedding gonna cost you. The house, that's a down payment, furniture, the house.
I just said that.
All that.
Because I swear to God, bro, the minute you start thinking about decisions like that, it tells you she know you're not compatible. So she said, "Whoa, hold on, you gonna have to explain it, G. I don't even know where we got there." She said she know you're not compatible, so she settles. Oh, you gonna have to explain that one, because I don't even know where the fuck that came from. But I'm saying like
when
it comes to that though, I believe, because that's a big decision, one, and she's willing to put that part on the back burner to make the whole dream work. It'll tell you a whole lot. It'll tell you a whole lot about where it's going and how y'all gonna be when it comes to decisions. Because the number one thing that gets people to break up ain't infidelity. It's fucking money.
It's money.
Money gets people to break up.
The number one thing
that breaks up everything. More than somebody stepping out cheating, because you can look past that a few times.
People they settle on that field.
Yeah.
They settle on that field. But
yeah, when it comes to money, no. They ain't settling for shit.
Like we get the arguing, she want this, I want this, and it's two different. Yeah.
I need a witness first before I respond. You know, I don't want nobody thinking I'm jumping on the bandwagon type of team girl. So in my phone, I have an album, y'all, and it's an album of how I want my dream wedding. And in my dream wedding, it is the simplest piece of pie you will ever find.
In the backyard.
It is, I'll show her y'all. It's simplest piece of pie you'll ever find. That's something different. That's for after the wedding.
Just you, your family. You, your family.
And I say that because I have that put up already in my visuals. My move is already put up. When you really ready for marriage, when you're really ready for unity, when you're really about what that move means, you'll have it together. When you having a wedding because your auntie, sister, cousin, Trina had a blowout bash and you gotta have a bigger tutu skirt up under your dress.
That part.
Right.
That's not what you doing it for the wrong reasons. Cause baby, I can call my family hall over right now. Let's roll. Let's suit up, boot up, and let's go. And we'll get just as drunk as happy as a wedding.
Right.
Boy, I swear. Lynetta said, not all women. I don't want a big wedding. That's all for show. I just want a dope reception.
Facts.
Yeah.
So okay.
Big facts.
So
Yeah.
this is what
Big time party.
bruh.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, a blowout party. I'm talking about
how
bro.
they
Bro, you want to say?
And you can wait for that.
Hold on.
You can wait for
Turn it
that.
up.
As materialistic as I am,
DJ Cicero on the
as materialistic as I am, and y'all know I'm materialistic.
I think I retired after this.
If it comes to a wedding, my nigga, I'm hosting.
Every time when it's time to do my shit, you got
Bro, when it comes to my wedding, I'm hosting my own wedding. I'm emceeing my wedding.
I said the
I'm
same
doing my
thing.
reception.
I said I
I'm
want to
doing all that. I'm gonna be dearly beloved. I'm doing all of it, all parts. I'm running on back, all sides of the mic.
Okay, Eddie Murphy.
I'm swear to God, I'm gonna play all
Eddie Murphy
characters.
be playing
All the characters. I'm gonna be like, what do you say? I swear to God, but for real.
Good morning, my neighbors.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck you.
Fuck
And you know my daddy.
too.
That's my favorite bastard son. That's my daddy.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be sitting right next to him.
That's my daddy. My bastard son. You know that's what he called me anyway. So that's what he gonna be on. So, but for real, this seemed more like a traditional man versus a modern woman thing that we more so talking about. And that's like the thing you sent.
Yeah.
And we segue. So, did you watch the clip Juan sent in the group chat, Ty?
What clip?
Well, he sent a clip basically of a podcast, kind of like this, where the man basically said he was asking the women about traditional men and what they want. And the women was like, men nowadays want to be dated, men nowadays want to be courted. And what happened to the man that took the woman out, that took the time to make sure he met her needs, opened doors, all that. And she was talking about basically a man being traditional in that sense. And the dude said, so you want a dude to be traditional, but let me ask you, are you a virgin? All of them got quiet.
No virgin.
No virgin. Let me ask you, you got any kids? No. Oh, couple of you got kids.
Right.
And it was just all kind of other shit that he asked her. You want a man to be X, Y, and Z from the old school, but why you not the thing from the old school that he was chasing? That's why men were a lot more cordial and open.
They was pure.
Because women,
the woman in a pure
because
state.
women didn't curse, women didn't do any of that shit. Women came up and he was talking like you were a holier subject then versus what you are now. So how in the hell am I supposed to treat you with the old school values if you ain't acting with the old school values? So why am I dating your modern ass with an old school mindset?
You can't
How does
put
that work?
pressure on me to be traditional if you not traditional.
Because guess what? If we get married, I'm not getting the same stipend I was from your daddy. Your daddy ain't paying for this wedding. More than likely I am.
No, we don't get that.
You don't even know your daddy.
They don't do that no more.
You don't even know your daddy. Or he ain't never been around.
Or he gonna come to that wedding for 5 seconds and leave.
And exactly. I can't ask him for his blessing to marry you.
He probably ain't the man that you even want to get.
Exactly. Your uncle probably raised your granddaddy.
Yeah.
So now I gotta ask that nigga. And he ain't paying for shit.
Let me say this though. Does that play a factor in what you're choosing to marry in the first place? Why you saying it, right? While you saying it, does that play a factor in what you're choosing to marry? Because what you just said was these factors of a broken home, a broken household, of somebody that's not in accordance to how you want to give to them is blocking you from giving to them. So then that begs the question of back to your standards. Because it's almost like it almost talks about like you lowering a standard in order to get with this girl. You lower the standard, but then she want you up here and her standard is down here.
So you telling me in
so
real life?
Like I said, no,
go ahead.
She's saying like, okay, well, if you chose to mess with her, then that's what you chose.
Hold up. But you telling me in real life? You telling me in real life that there ain't females who are out here?
Most.
Let her answer. Let her answer.
Go ahead.
Who ain't? I ain't gonna say they whores, but let's just say they are video vixens. They live in that part of the life, in all its necessity and all its glory. But they don't want a nigga who gon' treat them like Alfred treated Frida back in 1945.
Listen, you always gonna find stones in the river, baby. But you're not gonna always find gold when you panning, okay? You supposed to be seeking gold through the stones. It's gonna be more stones than it is gold at all times. But you're supposed to keep sifting.
I see what you're saying, Rodney.
Okay.
Rodney said he doesn't decide whether she deserves it. He decides whether to give it, meaning deserves respect versus giving respect. I get where you're coming from. Now, here's the thing though, Rodney. And maybe it's just the fact that you in a different lifestyle and because you don't see all of it.
I'm trying to figure out this lifestyle Rodney living.
Polyamorous. So,
see,
we
still need to talk.
This monotone,
You said you ain't down with that shit.
Nah, I just want to know how to fuck.
Bro, on me. This dating pool got pee in it.
how much money he got.
It's got a lot of P in it. And I mean it. Because the warped sense of reality that some of these people have.
They do.
Bro, I mean, you think that a
Bro,
nigga...
they do. Like, I don't give a fuck.
She don't deserve respect if she don't treat herself with respect, G. I'm going to answer your question. Fuck no.
Pretty much.
If she don't respect herself, why the fuck should I respect her?
Not pretty much, because you're going to look at that shit like, come on, man.
If I don't respect me, why should you respect me? If I don't take care of the way I look, present myself, come outside, why would you even listen to me? Like, I can understand, and I'm not even talking about just appearance. I'm talking about, like, say, for instance.
It's the mental thing when it comes to a man.
Say, bruh.
It's the mental situation, bro. Like, it's not.
I have seen so many of people, not even just in St. Louis, but I mean so many people just across the nation, the minute they decide that a nigga don't fit that mold, they don't respect him. You don't come out.
Talk.
You don't.
Because, guess what? You know what respect is to the modern day women? What's the respect? What you think it is?
You said what the respect is?
Yeah, to the modern day women.
What's respect to the modern day woman?
What is the respect?
P.
You asking me? I ain't no woman. Shit.
P.
I'm asking you, do you know?
No, she here. Don't ask her.
Right.
Ask.
What is the respect for a modern day woman?
About time. You ain't gotta ask me.
I was asking you, did you know? I just really want to know what you gonna say.
See.
But what is respect to the modern day woman? To the modern day.
That's what I'm saying, because I don't think like them.
So what? But you know that answer though.
It's respect.
No.
Respect to. I'm saying the sentence. It's a cross between the power and the money.
Exactly.
It's a cross between the power and the money when it all boils
Because
down.
but guess what? The money is the power.
It's a cross
There is a
between the power
difference.
and the money.
There's a difference.
There
You
is
can
a
have
difference.
power and not have money.
Right, that's what I'm saying.
You definitely can.
It's a fine line in that, but it's a cross between the power and the money. It's a cross between the ability to make a move and the money to back the move.
Yeah.
See what I'm saying?
Because there are Negroes who can go anywhere and do anything, and there are Negroes who can go places and pay for stuff. There's a difference. Like,
there's certain people that like walk in the club every weekend, ain't paid for nothing. But they can walk up in that mug like they crown jewel. And then it's these other side of people that pay for everything, the squad, the crew, the clothes, the whips.
Mm-hmm.
And they can walk in too, but they got a different plight than the dude that just walked in from a smile.
mm-hmm.
And they look at it totally different. And then it's the man that's right in the middle. Because there really is a man in the middle too.
Mm-hmm.
That is, to me, most of the time, the type of person that I typically gravitate to. The man that has the bread, has the stature, but can maintain both without having to throw one or the other away. Without having to throw money at a problem. Without having to always slick talk somebody down. That's that nigga. That's that nigga.
Rodney, we gonna get you on this fucking couch. Cause I'm about tired of your
That
ass.
nigga over there
Bruh,
tripping,
I'm
boy.
about tired of your ass. Bruh, you need to make time. That's cause bro don't want to make time. Bro, you have to make time. I don't give a fuck if we gotta do a special Thick Thursday episode. Nigga, you gonna get on this couch.
If it's Thick Thursday, can we bring desserts?
No, it's not. It's not that kind of Thick Thursday.
I'm just saying, man.
It's not. You have to. I'll explain it to you later.
See, that's what I'm saying. Ty told us what kind of desserts. He wanted the desserts. Come on.
No, you can't join this call. G, what you beating your head at? But anyway, we'll talk about that in person, G.
Like I said, the modern day
I'm all
woman,
about the snacks now. Shit.
that money shit, man.
Anyway,
Alright, so check this out, y'all. I hate to be the bearer of bad news.
it's Ty's fault.
It ain't my fault.
It is your fault, Silk the Shocker.
Hey, listen up. No,
Oh,
nigga,
man.
it's always in me, nigga. Fuck what you talking about. But so, this is what we got for you all today. We gotta close this out.
Shit.
Any closing statements from my man's right here?
Nah, man, you know I ain't got no close statement,
It's
man.
about time you.
No, it ain't.
elevate
No, it ain't. No, it
yourself,
ain't.
man.
No, it ain't.
See, that's the problem right there.
No, the fuck it's not.
You stuck in that one spot.
Okay.
T-Rick.
Shout out to DJ Climate for snitching on me this weekend.
Hey, as my son
whole
said,
different
snitches
weekend.
get
He
stitches.
don't ask me for a
That
closing
nigga
statement.
definitely-
My closing statement. Not gonna
Climate
be-
definitely snitched on me this weekend.
Climate, you better stop that bullshit.
You got snitched on me?
You made 0 sense, Rodney. Bring your ass on here so we can ask you some questions in person, and not your
I feel
4 or
like-
5
I feel like
paragraphs.
the problem is if Rodney come on here, it's gonna be 2-on-2.
Yeah, it might be.
It's gonna be 2-on-2.
It might be. But so what? We need a balanced crew. We need a balanced crew. That'll be
What the
interesting.
fuck that supposed to mean? I'm trying to figure that out.
No.
2-on-2.
Don't worry about it, bro. Paige, you got any closing statements?
She wasn't ready for that question.
It wasn't it. It's because I called her Paige.
I think that too. I think that one.
Thank y'all for having me.
Oh.
You know, I like being the voice of reason, so thank y'all for having me. Closing statements is men, don't change your standards for nobody. A woman likes a man that's securing himself, and if she vibes with it, she'll move with you. To my ladies, y'all, please, 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 find yourselves, find y'all move, and then find a man that's gonna that's gonna be able to elevate that move with you and be that part of your life. Don't deal with no clowns, bro. Don't deal with no clowns. Don't deal with no clowns.
And she dissed me. Nah, I'm about to shoot her ass back. Y'all know
You
me.
shouldn't call people by the wrong name. I am
Her
the
na-
princess of the city.
Her name is Paige. She stay on Paige. No,
Matthew.
it don't bother me at all.
They already heard it.
I don't give a fuck.
Matthew,
None-
we will not name drop on this.
That doesn't bother me at all.
Anyways, we throw shade. We love each other. It is what it is. Thank y'all.
Alright, she kind of took a little bit what I was going to say, but at the end of the day, this episode was brought to you all today by, of course, Legacy Rose.
Legacy Rose.
Alright, make sure you comp your gear. Merch is always out there for you.
Lie to y'all.
Alright. We will see you all next Monday. This is Misunderstood Conversations. It's of course me and Ty We Trust, DJ Sincere, hottest host, Prince of the City. We love y'all. We appreciate you all. We catch y'all next week.
Next week.
We out.
Bye, y'all.
Her name Paige.
Oh my God.